Hey Aquarius, these are your channeled messages and your reading for mid-October 2020. So this is going to be for October 16th through the 31st. So I have some Clairaudient channeled messages that I got for you, Aquarius, while I was tapping into your energy. And I'm going to go ahead and start with those. So the first message I got for you was gym. And it was just the word gym, like going to the gym. Or maybe that's just something you've been thinking about doing. And then this is a separate message, but I heard, Aquarius, that some of you like cookies, which is kind of a silly one, which I enjoy because I don't always get channeled messages like that. The next thing I heard was finishing your task as you know it leads to the outcome you want and desire. Okay, finish your task as you know it leads to the outcome you want and desire. So there may be a task that you need to finish. Maybe you've been kind of procrastinating on it a little bit. But, just a confirmation for you from Spirit that this is something that needs to get done. It is important and it will lead you to the thing that you want or need. So then, Aquarius, this could be your energy, but it could be referring to someone that you know or someone that you work with. So just take it as it resonates. Don't let it make you feel fearful, if this is like totally not something that relates to you. And if it does relate to you, then, it's something that you have an opportunity to change if you want to. But like I said, it could be just somebody that you're connected with. So I heard that someone is fired for inconsistency, possibly in late arrival in afternoons. So, like I said, Aquarius, if you have been arriving late to work multiple times in the afternoon, then maybe you should be a little nervous, I guess. But like I said, you would have the opportunity to change that or rectify that if you wanted to do that. And then I heard rethinking your plans for the future. So if you are an Aquarian who is resonating with maybe showing up late to work, maybe you're kind of burnt out, or you just are like, don't know if that's what you want to do anymore. But this could be a totally separate message for another Aquarian who's just rethinking your plans. Things are really different right now in the end of 2020. I think a lot of people, no matter what their sign is, are probably maybe their plans don't exactly exist the way that they once did. So many of us out there are rethinking our plans for the future. Then I heard that someone is moving far away. And then, Aquarius, the last message I got is that the present time is wasting. And I didn't get any more context to that, so if that message is for you, just take it how it resonates. If one of these channeled messages are for you and you get a thought that's like right after the message and you feel like it's speaking to you, then it probably is. But, for the people who don't resonate with every single one, or maybe just with one, they are pretty specific. So with that being said, I'll go to the next portion of the video where I do a reading, which is much more general and can resonate for any Aquarius out there. So let's take a look and just see what your general energy is going to be in these last 2 weeks of October, Aquarius. So we have the Offering in reverse. We have the Judge in reverse. The Thread upright. And Agape reversed. So there's a lot of hands in these cards, if you will notice, Aquarius. Just kind of something interesting to note. So with the Offering reversed, this is the energy of something not being given up. So Aquarius, if there may be something that you have been thinking that you should give up or need to give up, this is kind of indicating to me that you maybe that's too intense to think about right now, or you're choosing to kind of put that on the back burner, or choosing to kind of not hear that inner guidance about that thing. And like if you read the card from the book, it even says, whatever that thing was that came to your mind that possibly made you feel a little defensive when you heard about this card is probably the thing that it is referencing giving up. So just kind of some instructions about how to use that message. And then with the Judge reversed here, it's like kind of that same energy, like choosing maybe not to be judgmental towards yourself because this is a pandemic and it's a crazy time. And so just being like, I'm cutting myself some slack on this, which who's to say that that isn't the correct thing to do. And then with the thread here that is connecting you to this like rainbow light here through the darkness is kind of indicating to me that you, and with agape here reversed, like you might not be feeling the love in this message if you are getting this from spirit. And I'm not just talking about in this reading, like if this is resonating for you, then you have heard this message, I'm assuming, from your own guides or in various ways. So you might not be feeling the love or mysticism in receiving this message, even though it's always pretty mystical to receive guidance from spirit guides or ancestors or whatever you call it. So, but in any event, it is coming from the higher realms. And while there might be some kind of darkness sort of surrounding it, it really is coming from a place of light. I'm also seeing this as something that is coming through because it can help you to repair your energetic or etheric body or your rainbow light body. Maybe something that you are doing or something that is around you can be kind of harmful. And so you may have been asking spirit ways that you can make some changes to this feeling you're getting. So this could be the answer, is to give something up. And the offering card talks about how closely the word sacrifice and the word sacred are to each other, and to kind of just notice the difference or the like dichotomy there. So maybe right now the sense around this is more of sacrifice, because the part about the being sacred or treating your body in a sacred way perhaps is just like not the focus yet, but spirit would like it to be. Because this is something that you are being asked to do to show yourself unconditional love or agape love, and love yourself the way that spirit or the universe or whatever you believe in loves you. So that's the deep energy that I have for you in the beginning here, Aquarius. So let's kind of like take it back down and let's see what your career situation is looking like in the next 2 weeks. So I was just kind of sensing some impatience around work or career, Aquarius. It could be you, it could just be my dog stomping around, but I am getting it around this reading too. So maybe some of you have not been seeing your rewards at work the way you would have anticipated by this time of year. The other interesting thing about it being the end of 2020 is that this is a time where a lot of companies would normally be doing their end of year stuff and getting all the finances together and kind of like maybe tightening the belt a little, just trying to make sure that they met their, what was forecasted for whatever it is they do. But so also people could be looking forward to like Christmas bonuses or some kind of bonus that they get on some type of schedule. And so companies in this new time frame have been like pushing those things off for many people. There's just been like holds put on financial stuff, even like employee benefits like pay and stuff, or bonuses are being restricted in ways that haven't been seen maybe ever, or at least not since like the Great Depression. So for whatever reason, Aquarius, it seems like you haven't seen the rewards yet. I don't think that you should take that to mean that they're not coming. It's just like there's been like a literal timeline shift for a lot of people in their work to where, things that have been the same way for many years that you could depend on are just might be slightly shifted until your company sees like what's going on. So let's see if there's anything else Spirit would like to tell you about this, Aquarius. There's also a bear on this card and these berries that look like pomegranates, but I don't think they are. I think they're those one, little berries that look like these. It's just like not in scale with this bear. And some whale. So maybe that imagery symbolizes something for you or about where you live. So then we have conflict here. So rewards was in reverse. So I'm kind of getting that maybe to just kind of look out for a conflict, Aquarius. Sorry about this light. There. You may be tempted to get into a conflict about this because obviously anybody would be pretty upset about not getting something that they thought they could depend on. Celebrate the mystery in reverse and counsel upright. So number 28, conflict, it says discord, disagreement, and common ground. So, I mean, there is a disagreement happening about the rewards that you feel are fair at this time. And celebrate the mystery. And number 12 says trust the journey, unexpected, and secrets. So with that being reversed, there's still something that's really hidden about this situation and it might just be, like I said, the company has to see how some things play out. So with counsel, group, meeting, and advisors, and number 18, which is upright, I just am getting the sense of maybe like just holding it together, kind of not blowing up yet, because there's just so many things for you that are unseen, but also I think for the company as a whole and other people that you work with, and just probably the economy in general. But I think soon approaching, there is going to be a council meeting about this. Like your company is going to call a meeting, and, this does have like a council, like CIL is not a lawyer, but it still reminds me of like the SEL council of lawyers. So this could, there could be some kind of legal situation also involved here. So I'm just going to put this out as like a side thing for somebody specific, that this could have to do with being terminated from your job, because wasn't that in your, that's your channeled messages. So maybe you are going to be talking with some kind of counsel or like the HR counsel about being fired, because if somebody is fired, I mean, your job has requirements that they have to fulfill, like giving you your paycheck right away and a bunch of other things. So that could be for someone. But if this is just kind of an unhappy situation at work where you are feeling upset and feeling like there's no common ground here, and your company is not understanding about, needing your job to give you something to depend on, like a paycheck, then maybe they're going to call some kind of meeting where you're going to get some more insights about the mystery that is happening here. And I mean, Spirit is leaving that very open-ended, so I'll have to leave it open-ended as well, since this is only for the next 2 weeks. But it seems like something is going to be shown, so just look out for that meeting coming up in your work or your career. So, next, Aquarius, let's take a look at your love life and see what you can expect in the next 2 weeks there. And I'm just going to shuffle a few more times. Okay, so Aquarius, for your love life in the end of October, we have the Knight of Wands and Temperance. So you could be dealing with a fire sign. Specifically, you could be dealing with a Sagittarius, but could be also with the Knight of Wands, could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or you could have that in your chart. And then we have the Chariot reversed and the Two of Swords reversed. So, someone, maybe this was kind of unexpected that there was like this new start in love for possibly the female energy in a relationship. It could be that there's a breakup, or maybe this is like somebody had a crush on somebody else and the guy thought that, you know, Sagittarius or fire sign or Knight of Wands is going to wait around for me, and that'll just be there for me. But it looks like the fire sign or the Knight of Wands is like ready to get out there. They're ready to party. So maybe some of you Aquarians are going to go to some kind of Halloween party. And, you know, this is like a very primal energy that's happening here. It's a pretty sexual energy, I would say, too, with like this stallion in the background, even though it's a very feminine depiction of the card. So with Temperance, maybe the male person in this party, or the masculine energy in this party, has found balance in seeing the truth that, you know, fire sign isn't going to wait around, or Knight of Wands isn't going to wait around. But it also could be that the feminine energy has had a new balanced thinking around any past relationship she's had, or if she has gone through a breakup with this Temperance guy or Sagittarius, that she just has a new view, you know, that like there was a light side and there was a dark side to the relationship, where a lot of us, if we have gone through a breakup, we might have a tendency to think more about the good things or only about the bad things. But however this resonates for you, Aquarius, there's balance in this situation, and there does seem to be an exciting new start. So I think the Knight of Wands can be a little flaky if this is kind of like, let's just say this looks like somebody that resonates with you, somebody that you know, or this looks like your situation, and somebody does have a crush on someone. The Knight of Wands it can just be kind of flaky. So like it may pan out, it may not. But like I said, it's a very sexual energy. It's very exciting, so that you can depend on. So it could be like somebody wanting to have a fling as well, but maybe it could turn into more, because Temperance here looks like a pretty like emotional guy, or you know, he's like very spiritual. Maybe he knows something about sacred geometry and stuff like that. He gives me a little more mature vibe, obviously, than Knight of Wands does, but that could just be indicating an age difference, and it's not like a huge age difference. So with the Chariot in reverse, can be like kind of recklessness. So it is the party season right now, and I think people are, you know, kind of like disappointed that it isn't going to be such large scale parties, or it's not supposed to be as always. So this could lead to maybe some kind of like, I don't know, I'm just kind of getting recklessness, overindulgence, maybe even more so because you'll be in an even less public atmosphere than maybe most Halloween parties, even though Halloween is like notorious for debauchery and people making fools of themselves. I'm not saying you're going to do that, Aquarius, just talking about Halloween parties in general. And with the Two of Swords reversed here, it's just somebody doesn't want to think about, you know, being tied to an old relationship perhaps for the time being. That they're just kind of over it. You know, they want a new start. They want to do something impulsive. Just have like that impulsive, young, fun party sex, or, you know what I'm trying to say. It also could be that, you know, how I was getting in the beginning here, that, you know, someone may have thought that somebody was going to be waiting around for them, that they hadn't made a decision. Well, maybe they have made a decision, but maybe that will be revealed in kind of a not subtle way, or kind of in a jarring way to the other person. But like I said, I don't really get an indication here that, I don't know, that you have to be careful with that person's feelings. It's just, it's kind of a real intense energy. It's kind of all over the place. Like I said, it's like young. It's kind of, it's just impulsive, let's just say that. So that's what I have for you, Aquarius. If any of this, you know, like, I have to keep it kind of general. It already went pretty long, and I see the metrics, and I know people don't watch to the end anyway. So if you would like a personal reading because some of this resonated with you and you want to know more, or you just want to know your own personal story, I have my information in the description box below. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.